you then finish doing this, and then you look, you have to deal with whatever it is, you've got a debt or you've got a what have you, it's still a problem, it's got to be solved, but it doesn't take on all the emotional baggage that it did before, because your priorities have changed, because you've lifted yourself through service, and you've risen above that level where it brings a certain type of, in a way, self-centered stress. You know, you've transferred your stress to, I'm going to care about these other people. Okay, I've got a debt, but these people are going to die tonight unless something is done. And then you come back. And I did these classes. Anyway, we were offered the chance to speak at actually a pop concert. I think Elvis Costello was coming over.
Right after Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, it just wasn't phenomenal. And she says, I turned it down. And she talked about that. And she said, the universe was kind to me, and it brought it back to me. And I got to play the role. And I thought to myself, in just a sentence, she talked about being in a place of pain. She talked about what the limitations that pain brought her. She talked about the journey she went on to heal. And the universe responded in kind. See, Rooney Mara is a great actor, but she's no different than you and me. And I think that's what you're reminding us of today, Richard. We're human beings with the enormous ability to change. Thank you for today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'd love to know your personal message. Thank you so much.
Well, the first message is realize your potential. We can all do it. It's within us. It's limitless. It's just healing. Lots of people who are having intuitive impressions that they don't listen to. They don't think they are that sort of person. They come, it's a hunch, and then they think, gosh, I wish I'd acted on that. Well, next time that happens to you, don't ignore it. Now, don't take any risk if you're not sure, because it could be your imagination or it could be your intuition. You're not sure. But don't ignore it. If it's completely safe and you've got nothing to lose and no one will be harmed, follow it. Test it. If it turns out to be correct, remember how you felt, because that is the feeling of intuition, and it's different, very different from an imagination. And you'll start to get into it, what I call a groove, where you'll recognize it and you'll start to tap into your inner voice, which is the divine presence in each and every one of us.
And that is how we get to live an amazing life. Richard Lawrence, everybody. Richard, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
It's always an honor.
Not for me.
All of you out there watching the show today, but as Richard always does, it's an invitation.
That first year was really, really brutal. I would go into, the men would come out for worship service, and one guy didn't believe in women pastors, so he made sure to sit with his back to me, and trying to be disrespectful, and I figured, well, your ears are open, so we're just going on. Or another time I went in, and there were two guys that were just challenging me, everything I said. They were yelling and carrying on. And I tried to stay calm, I guess I did. And my partner who was with me, my friend who had come to help give services, we did communion, and I was putting everything away. Normally you never turn your back on them, but she was with me, so I did. And I was putting everything away, and I thought, oh, what a mess this is. What, I'm never gonna survive. And she says, you need to turn around. I go, oh no, why? And what had happened was those two guys got totally isolated. Everybody had come up for communion and moved to the other side and left those two guys who'd been causing trouble by themselves. And it was a real clear, we're on your side, girl, go for it. And after that, I didn't have any, I mean, I had occasional problems, but nothing major like that first year. So I think, you know, as women break into these jobs that have been traditionally male
Dominated.
you really do get tested. You really get, it's why we read about all this stuff that goes on with women who would become police officers and get razzed and harassed out of the, or my friend who was an iron worker because she made way more money than being a teacher. So I think we end up having, if you're pursuing your dream, it's not an easy thing. You are being tested again and again. Just like, do you go to a woman doctor or a male doctor? Well, a woman doctor is going to have had to have gone through a lot more testing than the male. So I think that I think if we're honest.
57. Make an appointment today or go to my website, pushybroadfromthebronx.com, and click on the link that says Recovery Recharged. Don't wait. Get the help you need today. This is Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Welcome back to Awaken Your Truth with me, Ratika Rose, where I bring conscious dialogues that free your mind, heal your life, and embody your power. I hope the show continues to bring a different perspective that will help you and others help you shift your perspective and shift your perspective of others so you can bring your healing and hope to the world around you. I want to welcome back my guest, Reverend Ellen, and during commercial break, we were just talking about how we got into the roles of being a caregiver and frontline worker. And
He either had an aneurysm or a stroke, we don't know, and ended up in the hospital. And she only lasted a week after we pulled all the stuff. And then my dad died 4 months later because he couldn't live without her. So he went in for a pacemaker, which was a minor thing, supposedly, and never came out of that. And so I think we become caregivers by accident sometimes. We're the convenient ones that we're there, somebody needs help, I'll start doing this, I'll start doing that, you can't do this on your own, let's work on it, blah, blah, blah. And then pretty soon, before you know it, that becomes a focus of your life. You know, how I'm gonna go over there and take food, let the dog stay with my mom. I couldn't, anyway, that's another story. But, well, I'll just tell you this. So everybody becomes a caregiver. So I had this Doberman who was also a therapy dog, and my mom at first was afraid of him, and then she wanted him to come over, and I thought I'd take him over before I went to work, and I'd go pick him up in the evening. I thought, what's going on? So I stayed, and what was happening was she weighed 85 pounds, he weighed 85 pounds. He would lie by the couch where she was lying, and then when she wanted to get up, he would stand up and she would grab him, and he would, she could pull him up, she would pull herself up, and then she just put her hand on his back and he would take her to the restroom or to the kitchen or wherever.
oh my God, what a beautiful story.
I know, and you just think, wow, how does this happen? So anyway, after we sold the house and sold the estate, there really wasn't much reason then. I mean, my job was my job. It was sure prestigious, but there really wasn't much reason to stay. So I went to seminary wanting to be a religion writer. That was really where my passion and said, hey, there's this job in hospice. What do you think? I said, hey, that's great. And so that's how I ended up doing grief counseling, because I'd been working for grief for many, many years. And the COVID, we'll get to the COVID days, but it was quite...
And then I went into the stuff for a world, and I lost my mother, and I decided to go to law school. And so I did that. And that was the only profession I had to end up doing hypothetically in violence cases and helping murders and children. So we had a really situation. And then COVID came along, and there were people who were very vulnerable, who were elderly in their homes. And I had to look and say, my neighbor, what can we do for those people in our neighborhood who need special care? And I feel very strongly, just looking out your front door, who's around you that you can provide support to at a level that you can. And so that's kind of how I fell in love. It just happened. And so being open to those doors that open before you, don't be afraid of that. This is really the message that I think I have to share with that. I have no decision, but you need to go through this and have some of the details. But yeah.
to you. How? Thank you, Emily, for sharing how you came to your roles. I think the commonality that I see here, thank you for telling us a little more. I think the commonality that I see with this conversation is we all have something personal that we're dealing with the work we're doing, right? And that led us to continue our path into carrying on the globe, right? And like many people, and for all carriers of here, it's not easy work what we do, right? There's many layers and layers that we deal with as carriers of members. There's so many dynamics between me and deal with as carriers of members that people aren't still, people always see or understand what we're doing in the background, what we're doing in the foreground. This idea of carriers of members, carriers, often talk about everything that we're doing, right? And I have the idea it's from our heart to support people, and do what we need to do and carry on. So I think that's what we believe we're talking about when we back, I mean, we'll talk about is healing and hope. So as carriers of members, healing and hope to the masses, the division that we personally support. What is healing and hope that we as carriers remember about ourselves, right? So what we need to give back to ourselves first. So thank you all for what you do. We honor carriers of members and we will be right back. If we help you transcend those transgressions that outgoes, there is a volume of the telling yourself, what's your money back here, give me every copy of the power that you send with them back on the visit contact-network/book. We're called free 1-561-562. It's time to do it, isn't it? You do not trust. Check it. We're going to get into, and I pause and I exhale because even myself, when I was working, in the hospitals and nursing homes during this time, and Reverend Evelyn was all with yourself, others, and your circumstances. I'm Ruchika Rose, life coach, author, and speaker. My mission is to help align with the most powerful, authentic self. Radio.com.
Learn how to lead a happier life on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Are you looking to gain wisdom and commit to discovering your best self? What does success mean to you? With authenticity, integrity, and compassion, Nita Johnson helps guide you in working toward your unique vision of success. Nita is a spirit-based intuition lead and success coach. Work with Nita to uncover your unique life purpose. Schedule a free discovery call with Nita at personalwisdomcoachingnow.com.
Views expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the station, its management, or advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Hi, I'm Patricia McNair, host of Divine Guidance with Patricia, and I'm here to help you live a more authentic, spiritually connected life. Join me every first and third Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Being who you are in everyday life is the key to unlocking soul wisdom within that our whole self already knows. Get ready to embrace your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being, your whole being. Discover your gifts and strengthen your connection to spirit.